Yo, what's up YouTube? Edwin the Comic Jabroni, and this is my Marvel and my DC New Comic Book Day pickups and review. So stick around 10 seconds, we'll be right back. Right guys, welcome back. So like I said, Edwin the Comic Jabroni, this is my New Comic Book Day pickups and review for Marvel and for DC. I've been doing this for a few weeks now, and I feel like, people have been enjoying the split between Marvel and DC and Image and Indies. So my Image and Indie review video will be out tomorrow on Friday. But this is the New Comic Book Day pickups for the 11th of September. Got a good amount of Marvel. Got some great DC titles, which seem to be really themed and based around Batman. As always, well, not as always, but for the last 3 weeks I've been doing this. When I talk about a book, I'm going to have a couple numbers pop up here in the right-hand corner. Sometimes they'll be in the left-hand corner. I don't know. Depends on how I feel when I edit the video. Those numbers are from comicbookroundup.com, guys. All it is the critic review score and a user review score. So make sure to go to comicbookroundup.com. Check that website out, guys. If you ever have questions about a book, you want a review from either a critic, right, some website out there, maybe like IGN or the comicgeeks.com or something like that, or you want it from users like myself and, like you guys out there that are watching this video, you can go on there and review the books. But enough of that nonsense. Let's get into the reviews. We're going to start off with Marvel this week. All right, guys, first book up from Marvel. It's going to be King Thor issue number 1. So this is written by Jason Aaron. The artwork inside is done by Esad Ribic. He also did the artwork on this cover A. This had a cover B that was one of the Immortal wraparound variants. Wasn't a fan of it, so I wanted to go ahead and just stick with the A cover on this. What can I say though? This is pretty much the beginning of the end of this story that Jason Aaron started long ago with that Thor God of Thunder run. And him and Esad Ribic are back together to complete this story. I think this is going to be just a 5-part miniseries, but it is an awesome issue, man, especially if you've been into Thor for that long and you've been reading. This brings in a lot of that backstory that they had done going all the way into War of the Realms, man. So God of Thunder into War of the Realms. Incredible story here. What you get in this issue is just a huge fight, really huge fight between King Thor and his brother Loki, who is now like Loki the Necro God or something like that. He has gotten that Necro sword from Gore the God Butcher, and he is now using that to fight against Thor. Incredible issue, a ton of action, but you get a lot of backstory from where they were at the very beginning with God, the God of Thunder. You do see something at the very end that I do not want to spoil it for you guys, but it kind of like, wow, man, they're not playing around with this King Thor. So definitely, guys, I recommend King Thor. If you're a fan of Thor, if you're a fan of Jason Aaron's writing, if you're a fan of what he's been doing with Thor since God of Thunder, you're definitely going to want to pick up King Thor issue number 1. Next up on the list, we have Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 10, but it is the legacy issue number 250. So what that means is that it is the 250th issue from across all issues of Miles Morales. So he has been in a few other series, but this is the 250th issue where Miles is the main protagonist. This is written by Saladin Ahmad and drawn by Javier Guerin. I like this issue. Definitely a key issue because you see the return of the Ultimate Universe Green Goblin, right? Norman Osborn in the Ultimate Universe. But you also see the return of the evil Miles Morales from that Spider-Man Series 2, right? Because Miles is from the Ultimate Universe. So one would think that in the 616 universe that there is also a Miles Morales. And in that Spider-Man 2, you got the backstory of the Miles Morales from, the main universe, Marvel Universe. But you see the return of him in this, because at the very end of that, he goes off to a different universe to go live his, the rest of his days there with the woman that he had loved. Well, he's back. We don't know exactly why he's back, but he has taken on the name of Moniker, right? He is a supervillain, taking on the name of Moniker. Miles Morales, he, after those last 2 issues, he was being tortured by somebody, right? His father and his uncle go out and save him, but it's been a few months since that's happened in this issue, and he hasn't put the suit back on. He has not taken up the moniker of Spider-Man. He hasn't gone out there and saved the day since that's happened. But Spider-Man, Peter Parker, comes in and says, listen, man, I need you. There's something going down in Brooklyn where Miles Morales lives, and I've got other things I got to do. I need you to go in, step up, and save the day. Key issue, guys. I really think you should be picking this one up. As far as there is a B cover, right? There is one of those Immortal wraparound variants. But because this is a key issue, right? We see that first appearance of a new villain, although it is Miles Morales, evil Miles Morales, who has already a first appearance. You do see his first appearance as Ultimatum in this. I think picking up the A cover is the way to go. Unless there's a 1 in 25 cover, incentive variant, always go with the A covers for key issues, all right? So, hey, Miles Morales Spider-Man, I've been reading it for the past 3 issues or so, and I'm really digging it, man. Miles is definitely one of my favorites in the Marvel Universe. All right, guys, next up, we got Silver Surfer Black, issue number 4, written by Donny Cates, right? Donny Cates, man, this guy can do no wrong right now. And the artwork is done by Tradd Moore. We've talked about Tradd Moore's artwork in this before. I wasn't a fan in issue number 1 of the artwork, but it has grown on me. Right? It's definitely a psychedelic feel to his artwork and the colors. It is beautiful. I have to admit that now. After that first issue, I was kind of on the fence about it. Do I like this artwork? But I do now. I did get this Immortal wraparound, right? Like the other 2 issues I was talking about, they're doing these wraparound covers, and I quite enjoyed. I liked looking at this one, right? You got Silver Surfer in his human form, and then you have him in his cosmic form. This issue, he had gone down into Ego, the living planet, to help him with whatever was growing inside of him, and it was hurting Ego, the living planet. We find out that it is the incubation of Galactus, right? Galactus as a baby. In this issue, he takes Galactus out of the middle of Ego, and he has a decision to make, right? It's like, if you could go back in time, would you shoot Hitler as a baby to stop things from happening? Well, he has the same decision to make, right? Do I kill this incubation, this baby Galactus, and save billions of people? Or do I let him live and do what, he is meant to do? He gets confronted by Uatu, right? The Watcher. And Uatu says, you can't do what you're about to do. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm going to tell you why you can't. And it's because there are timelines that if you do kill Galactus now, it's going to split timelines. People that were supposed to die aren't going to die, and things might not happen the way they're supposed to happen. That's all I want to tell you, but let me say, Silver Surfer Black has been great, and I cannot wait till we finally get that battle between Silver Surfer and Null, the symbiote god. It's coming up, I believe, in the next issue. I think the next issue concludes this Silver Surfer Black. Guys, have you been picking it up? What did you think of Tradd Moore's artwork? Has it grown on you since issue number 1 like it did me? Or were you on it from the very beginning? Let me know. Silver Surfer Black, guys. It's great. All right, next up, we have another Immortal wraparound, and this is going to be Venom issue number 18. So this is another book written by Donny Cates. The artwork in this one is done by Iban Coelho. Now, this is part of that Absolute Carnage story that's going on. This is kind of a tie-in, right? There's a moment in here where you see the Maker talking on the phone with Eddie Brock, and that is a tie-in or a callback to issue number 2 of Absolute Carnage, where you actually see the other side of that conversation where Eddie is calling the Maker saying, what the hell is going on over there? Is everything okay? This is more of a story of Eddie Brock's son, Dylan Brock, who still doesn't know he's his son. He thinks he's his brother. But in this issue, you find out the Sleeper Cell symbiote, he's been to the symbiote planet. He gets away from there. He knows that Null is coming back, so he flies to Earth to go help out. Pretty much the symbiote is the only thing that is living now, because the body that he had taken is dead. It's gone. And I'm gonna see if I can show you a picture of that. He's telling Dylan his kind of a backstory, and a lot of us probably have already seen that, right? So he kind of opens himself up, and you see that the body inside is just a skeleton. This is, I wouldn't say a key issue, but it is a key book to have, man. Donny Cates has been killing it with Venom, and I've enjoyed Venom throughout. The 4 symbiotes that Carnage had actually expelled out, right? They're the kids of Carnage. They actually come together and join with the Maker. So definitely some awesome artwork there. You know, that is the first appearance of the Maker with symbiotes attached to him. But also, here's a little spoiler. You do see a little bit of Dylan finally getting some powers. Does he already have a symbiote in him and it hasn't come out yet? But you see that in this, and I cannot wait to read the next issue, guys. Hey, Venom 18, fantastic issue. I hope you guys are picking up Venom. All right, last book from Marvel. We got Powers of 10, issue number 4. I went ahead, just grabbed the B cover, or the A cover, I apologize. I wanted the connecting cover, and I've been wanting connecting covers since the very beginning, but man, my LCS is sold out every time, and it seems like you guys are going through the same issue. Unless you pre-ordered those, they're gone. All the connecting covers are always gone. What can I say? This is written by Jonathan Hickman, and the artwork for Powers of 10 is not done by Pepe Larraz. It's actually done by RB Silva, right? Pepe Larraz has done an amazing job on House of X. Well, Silva has been doing fantastic work on Powers of 10. I do not want to give too much away, but if you read House of X, issue number 4, you know that there were some deaths in that, right? Some X-Men died. And I think this is getting at, Powers of 10 is getting at how they might be bringing some of them back. And it has to do with Nathaniel Essex, or as we know him, Mr. Sinister. We know Mr. Sinister is this geneticist. He makes clones. So I believe that we might be seeing clones of different X-Men. And that might be who died in that issue 4 of House of X. We also in this issue get the story of Professor Xavier taking Cypher to the island of Krakoa, right? Krakoa has its own language, and Cypher has the mutant ability to decipher any language, right? So he takes him there to kind of be able to talk to the island of Krakoa and figure out what's going on with this island. Is it sad? Can we live here? Incredible issue, guys. I'm enjoying House of X, Powers of 10. I don't want to give too much. I don't want to talk more about it, right? Because everything I just gave you is kind of like the first third to first half of the book. If I keep going, guys, it's really going to ruin it. It's going to spoil it, and the Comic Jabroni's not about spoiling it in his reviews. What I will say, it is an incredible issue. I hope you guys are picking up House of X and Powers of 10. I can't wait to finish this out and start up with the new X-Men books that they have out, man. Powers of 10, definite awesome book. All right, let's get into DC. First book from DC, we got Gotham City Monsters. This is the A cover. Now, it is written by Steve Orlando. Artist is Amanse Nahapulan. I apologize, I tore that up. I'm not even gonna say I think I tore it up. I tore that name up. I apologize. But what can I say? Gotham City Monsters. This is during the time right now of City of Bane, right? Bane has taken over Gotham. Batman is no longer there. The Bat family is gone. All of Gotham is kind of in disarray and in ruins, except for one part of it, and that's going to be Monster Town. And in Monster Town, you got monsters, right? You got Killer Croc. You got this guy. I think he goes by iVampire. You got Lady Clay. You got Frankenstein. You got Orca. And they're kind of banding together, right? This is the very beginning of this new monster team coming together to fight a big bad. This is just a 5-part miniseries, or 6-part miniseries, and I did enjoy it. I'm a fan of Batman, and I'm a fan of his rogue gallery, and especially these kind of B-list villains in Batman's universe, right? Not, Killer Croc. He isn't an A-lister in the Rogue Gallery, right? That's Joker, that's Penguin, that's the Riddler, that's Two-Face, Poison Ivy. But after that, you kind of get B and C-list, and I think Killer Croc is probably on that list. Kind of like Black Mask. Black Mask, in my opinion, is a B or C-list rogue. But I did enjoy Gotham City Monsters, guys. Let me know, did you pick it up? There was a really awesome B cover for it, but it was, I think, $1 extra because it was cardstock. So I just went with the A cover. This is kind of your first team up of this Gotham, this Gotham monster team. But I think you get a first appearance of what I believe is a new villain, and his name is Melmoth. You're gonna have to let me know, but there it is right at the end. Let me know, is that the first appearance of this guy? I looked it up on the Key Comic Collector app, and it looked like there was a Melmoth before, but it isn't the same character as this. So let me know, guys. Gotham City Monsters, though, it's pretty good. I'm gonna finish it out. All right, let's keep it going. Batman and the Outsiders, issue number 5. Grab the A cover. You see Ra's al Ghul on there. Got Duke in a chokehold. This issue, right, it is written, these issues have been written by Brian Hill. Artist is Dexter Soy. Now, this is what I gotta say about the artwork, and I've said it from issue number 1. It is incredible. I have to go find more comics drawn by Dexter Soy because the artwork, to me, looks just so like anime, right? And you could say, well, that's a manga, whatever. But to me, it looks like you're watching an anime on the TV, but they put it in the pages. It is just so incredible, this artwork. I'm gonna actually, let me get to a page. There is this incredible page with, look at this fight. I mean, it's just beautiful artwork, guys. In issue number 1, we did get the first appearance of Sophia, who is this brand new metahuman. Ra's al Ghul has been able to kind of cloud her mind, tell her that Batman isn't her friend. He's trying to take her and abuse her and make her part of the Bat family, and that's not what she wants. In this issue, you get Black Lightning, you get Katana. They're in Ra's al Ghul's country trying to rescue her. There's an awesome fight between them, but they find out that one of the other villains in Ra's al Ghul's clan isn't there. Where is he? And we find out at the end of this issue. I don't want to tell you, how that ends, but I will say that I'm going to continue on with this because I just think the artwork's incredible, and this Batman Outsiders team is an awesome team. It's kind of C-list characters in the Bat family. There's some more artwork for you guys. It is incredible, guys. Incredible. Let me know. Batman Outsiders, is that on your pull list? Because it's on the jabronis. All right, Detective Comics, issue number 1011, A cover. This is the conclusion of this 3-part little story with Deadshot, right? And Batman, he got stuck on this island because he was on a plane as Bruce Wayne. They were going over, I believe, to China, right? With a bunch of other billionaires on this plane, but they got shot down. They're on this island. Deadshot is pretty much, he's the reason that they got shot down because he is trying to capture all these billionaires for somebody else. We don't really know exactly who is paying Deadshot. What can I say, though? This 3-part series is okay. The biggest reason I'm picking it up is because at the very end, you continue to get these stories with Mr. Freeze, right? So there's some stories with Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is trying to revive his wife, Nora Freeze. This is written by Peter J. Tomasi. Artwork inside is done by, let me get the name right, Christian Duce. Artwork is okay. What I can say about it is, I always thought Deadshot was a cooler villain than what this comic is making him out to be. He seems very clumsy. I really thought that Deadshot and Deathstroke were kind of one and the same. Awesome villains who use weaponry. But it really does, in these issues, seem like Deadshot is kind of a doofus. Like, he doesn't really know what he's doing, and he gets bested by a lot of people. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't read too much of Deadshot. But, it was okay. I'm going to continue on with with Batman Detective Comics because I know this is just a 3-part story arc, and they're going to continue on to something else. Detective has been better than the next issue that we're going to talk about. All right, last one from DC. We got Batman issue number 78. So this is written by the one that must not be named, and the artwork inside is done by Clay Mann. This is a Tony S. Daniel cover. I believe the cover is amazing. I know I know Perry Comics was talking about the position that they put Catwoman in. But this right here says City of Bane. Has absolutely nothing to do with City of Bane. We actually never see the City of Bane. What you see in this is Catwoman and Batman kind of building him back up to be able to go back to Gotham and reclaim the city. What I don't get is I think there's two different timelines going on here, because there are parts where you see them in costume and they're kind of training. But then there's other parts where you see them in civilian clothes, and Batman has this awesome mustache, right? Tom Selleck-esque. Absolutely love that mustache. So, they're talking, but when he's in costume, I'm going to show you, when he's in costume, he no longer has the mustache. So, is it a fake mustache? Or is this two different timelines? I'm thinking it's two different timelines. Batman's not putting no damn fake mustache on. He's going to grow it out because he's the manly man that he is. What can I say? God dang it, man. I keep getting pulled in. I like one issue, then I go into this one, and I'm not a fan of it. I want to see City of Bane. That's what I want to see. I want to see City of Bane. I want to see what's going on in Gotham. That last issue, we had the... Spoiler alert. We had the death of Alfred. What the F is going on with that? I don't want to see an issue of just Batman and Catwoman training and talking about the marriage that didn't happen, guys. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You're going to have to let me know what you thought of it. I'll get the next issue because I want to see what the hell's going on with Alfred, but I'm up to here with it. That next issue, if it ain't on point, I'm done with Batman until the one who must not be named is taken off, guys. So there you go, Batman 78. Bam, bam, bam. That's all we got. Marvel, we got DC knocked out. Stay tuned tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be my indie reviews, Image and Indies. So thanks as always for watching, guys. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, one of my review videos, think about hitting that subscribe button, that bing bell notification. I'm dropping these videos every Thursday, every Friday. I've got speculation videos in my in my video catalog. I've got videos going over video games. I've got videos going over toys. I've got whiskey reviews. So I've got a catalog of videos for all sorts of collectors out there. So thanks again for everybody watching. I'll see you tomorrow for Image and Indie reviews. So until tomorrow, take it easy, guys. Edwin the Comic Jabroni is out.